What is the virtual Berkeley Hills Road Race? So traditionally, the Berkeley Hills Road Race is an event held on Mother's Day weekend around the Bears Loop near Orinda, California. And because of COVID in 2020, we can't hold the normal event, so we're going to have a virtual event where people can ride that loop, plus Wildcat Canyon Road, which is a climb immediately adjacent to the Bears Loop. And we're going to have time segments so that we're going to add up the times for each of those Strava segments to yield results for each category of the race. So it's going to be just like a regular race where there's categories based on fitness or racing category, and then we're going to use Strava to tabulate the results based on how fast you go over the segments that are selected for the virtual Berkeley Hills Road Race. So it's going to be a socially distanced event that people can do on their own time. There's going to be two-week windows in early June and in early August where you can go out once or you can go out multiple times, but each participant that wants to take part in this event will just submit one ride that is their best attempt at going fast over those segments, and then we're going to tabulate results, and the best result for each rider from early June and from early August is going to be the final results for the event. And then for riders that participate in both of those windows, we will also have a most improved category, and there will be prizes for that. So even if people are maybe just getting back into fitness, or they're new riders and they want to take part in this event, they can do that. And the whole point of the event is to provide anyone who's interested a fun, motivating thing that we can all shoot for to train and, keeping healthy and fit and enjoy our riding in the East Bay or the Bay Area generally, and also to have it serve as a fundraiser for local East Bay mountain biking teams, for the high school NICA teams, and then also the Alameda Community Food Bank, because there's obviously a need for a lot of people to have more food support in this time. And so we're going to take all of the net proceeds that come in for this event, whether it's reg fees or fundraising efforts, and we're going to split it 50-50 between those two causes so that kids can be empowered to ride their bikes and participate in a good, healthy, friendly team environment, and then so a lot of people in the Alameda County can have a little bit more food support when food security is an issue for a lot of people at this moment. So how do you sign up? Basically, you can go to our GoFundMe site and you can buy a ticket for the event. The tickets are $50, and that's basically your reg for the event. It's going to ask for your name, your Strava profile, so you can put in a link to where you are on Strava, because not everyone's name and Strava profile is the same. And then you can also select what racing category or performance category you want to be categorized in the event. And who can participate? Anyone who wants to can sign up for this. Obviously, you have to live kind of nearby so that you can hopefully ride to the Bears Loop and ride a lap. So basically, anyone that lives in the East Bay should be able to do that. Like from here in Berkeley, if you ride over the hill, you do a lap of the Bears and come back. That's 2 to 2.5 hours. If you live in Walnut Creek or Concord or Martinez, anyone that's in that territory should easily be able to participate. If you ride in Marin, we definitely are not encouraging people to contradict whatever their local rules are about travel and social distancing. But if you are in a place, whether it's Marin or on the peninsula, where it seems safe and legal for you to do so, you could, ride or drive over here. But you should definitely check with whatever your local county and city regulations are, because it's for fun. We want to run this as a charity event, and safety and compliance with the law is our top priority. And obviously we want to support these causes, but we definitely don't want people to contradict whatever is safe and legal for where they're at. And how do you participate? Basically, you just go sign up and then you ride the Bears. And Wildcat Canyon, you can do it once, you can do it multiple times, but just submit to us one ride for early June and one ride for early August, or just pick one of those, and you can just select one ride to submit for the results. And so, is the event safe? Is it legal? I mean, we wanted to make it an event that was as safe as possible. None of the segments include any descents. None of the segments include any intersections. So all of the segments where you would consider going hard to try to, be competitive in this event are, no more risky than just going out for a normal ride or going out for a normal workout. And so you should, definitely consult the Strava segments and see where they are, and check out our videos that kind of show where they are out on the Bears Loop and on Wildcat. But, there's nothing that should entice anyone to do anything remotely risky, and everyone is encouraged to, ride as safely as possible, as always. So whether you're riding or training or racing, safety is always the top priority for all of us cyclists. And, is it legal? Right now, our current understanding of all the regulations in California and in the Bay Area is that, running and cycling and outdoor activities where you are socially distant from others are totally legal, and it shouldn't be an issue. There is maybe some regulations in some areas where you're not supposed to be encouraged or allowed to drive for non-essential travel. So like if you're getting groceries, that's fine. If you're going to go drive to do something for fun, maybe that's not permitted where you're at. So you should definitely consider, where you are and what the local regulations are. But at the same time, it looks as though some of the restrictions that people might have in their local, wherever they're located, might be easing up. So even if you are unable to participate in early June, if things open up a little bit, you don't need to participate in both the June and August windows of opportunity. You could just do a couple rides in August and submit your best result then. And there's no priority for people that are participating in one or the other or both windows. The only reason that you would need to participate in both the June and the August window of participation is if you wanted to be considered for the most improved category. Where does the money go? I mentioned that. So basically, every dollar that comes in that is a net that doesn't go into the insurance that we have for the event is going to be split 50-50 between the Alameda County Community Food Bank to get people food and the East Bay NICA high school mountain biking teams, which we've used the Berkeley Hills Road Race as a fundraiser for that. And between the regular Berkeley Hills Road Race the last few years and a fundraising dinner that Kai Vello held last fall, we've been able to get over $100,000 worth of gear and kits into the hands of kids in the East Bay that are doing mountain biking. So we want to keep continuing that effort to help empower youth to be able to participate in cycling and have, fitness and teamwork be a part of their experience in high school. And how can you contribute? If you want to, you can just donate directly, whether you participate or not. Or if you want to participate, there's the opportunity that you could create your own GoFundMe and just reach out to friends and family and see if they want to pitch in a few bucks. And basically every dollar that is coming in as a direct donation, or every dollar outside of the basic costs of the event, which are almost nothing, all of that is going to go split 50-50 between those two causes. When will the results be posted? Our intention is to go through the results of the first round and post preliminary results for the first round a week or two after the event, after we've been able to go through all of the segments, and then again after the August round. And then we'll pick, obviously the best result out of every athlete's submissions, and then we'll post the final results and the most improved results, and also the fundraising results, because there are going to be a few prizes available for the top fundraisers. All of the prizes have been donated by event partners or sponsors. So again, everything is just going directly to these two causes, except for the minor cost of insurance for the event. Do you have to be on Strava? Yes, you have to be on Strava and have a Strava account. Does your riding need to be public? No, it doesn't. If you don't have a Strava account, you could create one just to post a couple of rides, and also to see where the exact segments are to participate in this event. If you don't feel comfortable doing that, you could just pitch in and donate to the event, but it's really easy. You could download it on your phone and you could just post a couple of rides. You could even have the rides be private, as long as you allow myself or somebody else who is conducting the result tallying for the event to follow you, so that we can see the results of the ride that you did. So the threshold for being able to participate in the event is very low. You just have to sign up and have a Strava account and do a ride around the Bears and up Wildcat once or twice. Do you have to ride the course in June and in August? No, you don't. We are only going to pick the best result from each of those time periods. So if you want to go out and just ride it once in June or ride it once in August, that's fine. If you want to ride it a few times and try to be strategic about how to pace it, you could do that. If you want to train and do it in June and then maybe see if you can improve and do it in August again, go for it. That's the whole point. We just want to encourage people to be healthy and fit and active and have something to shoot for, because right now there aren't any traditional cycling events that people can participate in. So we want to do something that hopefully contributes to the cycling community, but also allows people to have something to be motivated for, and also to like pitch into our community. And like that's, I don't know, kind of the main point is to help youth participate in cycling and also help people that need it to get support with their food needs. And how will we calculate the most improved? Basically, athletes that go from round 1 to round 2 and have a result for each round in June and August, we'll look at what the delta is, and whoever improved the most as a percentage of their initial time will be in the standings for the most improved athletes. Can you keep your rides private on Strava? Yes, you can, but you at least need to let myself or somebody else who's conducting the results follow you on Strava. So if your rides aren't public, we'll probably email you and ask to follow you so that we can see the results of your ride. Can you participate if you don't live in the East Bay? Basically, if it's not legal for you to come out here, we don't want anyone to break the law or do anything that is unsafe or in any way not in the spirit of the current moment that we find ourselves in. So if this event is successful, we might consider doing other events that are similar in the future and maybe in other areas. But at least for right now, if you can ride here and safely ride around the Bears and get home, that's great. If you live in a place where there are no prohibitions against driving, or if those prohibitions become diminished and we open up a little bit, you could participate in both rounds, or maybe if things open up over the summer, you could participate in August. And basically, if you reg before the first window, you can participate in both the June and August, little windows where you can submit rides. Or if you don't reg in May, but you reg in July, you can participate in the second window. And there's nothing that says that, the results will stand for whatever the best ride is. So even if you signed up in late July and just did it in August, you will be in the standings. What equipment can I use? Can I use e-bikes? So we want it to be a fair event. So using an e-bike as an e-bike is not permitted. Using time trial equipment is not permitted. We want people to be out on road bikes or hybrids or mountain bikes. Definitely you won't be very fast compared to people on road bikes if you're on a hybrid or mountain bike, but you can definitely still participate. And if you're keeping the same bike from round 1 to round 2, you could be eligible for the most improved category. So if you're out on a hybrid or on a mountain bike, especially for maybe high schoolers who only have access to a mountain bike, you could go out and maybe you get a lot fitter in August and you have a much better result. Those results will stand, but definitely e-bikes are not permitted unless you only have an e-bike and you don't use the motor. And along those lines, all of the segments that we're using for the virtual Berkeley Hills Road Race have a lot of pretty competitive times on them, because they've been ridden dozens and dozens of times, probably hundreds of times during the Berkeley Hills Road Race. Or Wildcat Canyon is a very competitive climb, and a lot of people have ridden all these segments pretty fast a number of times. So we reserve the right to throw out results that are clearly erroneous because somebody was driving in a car, or maybe they were drafting off of somebody else. And that's another thing. Definitely drafting is not allowed in this event, even if you're riding with somebody that you live with, and that is currently considered safe and legal. But you definitely can't ride together and help each other out to get a good result. You need to ride the course on your own. So if we see that people were riding together and or we see that people are having an e-bike and they're just posting ridiculous times that are way faster than the KOM or something like that, we will throw out those results. And again, it's for fun. We want people to have a good time, and we want people to be competitive and have a motivation for their training and exercise in this time. So it's really not in the spirit of the event or any sporting event to try to game the system in some way or just outright cheat by using an e-bike or something like that. I think those are the main points for kind of answering some of the FAQ for the virtual Berkeley Hills Road Race. Basically, go online, sign up, set up a GoFundMe so that you can raise money if you want to contribute to the causes, and go out and do a couple of hard rides. Look up on Strava where each of the segments are, and just go hard a few times and have some fun. And do it safely, don't take any risks, if it's busy out there, you could always go back another day. All the roads that we picked are generally relatively low traffic and have a good shoulder, or are just like rural roads where even if there's not a shoulder, there's very few cars out there. So it's one of the most popular routes in the East Bay for people to ride. And out on the weekend, you'll see hundreds of people doing laps around there. So, stay safe, have fun, and we look forward to seeing you participate. And we really hope that our fundraising efforts are successful in getting food into the hands of people that need it and helping high schoolers have better access to mountain biking as a sport when they're in high school. So that's it.